In 3ds Max, open Render Setup and set the renderer to VRay. Open the Material Editor, click Create New View, and name it VRay. Select Scripting, Run Script, and open the Substance Painter to VRay script. Navigate to the Textures and click Select Folder. Highlight all the textures and click Create Shaders. All the texture maps are wired to the VRay materials and applied to the model. Now we need to make some adjustments and put the clear coat on the Carpaint. Reflection mapping for metallic or glass objects often doesn't need adjustment, but non-reflective materials is a different matter. For instance, for the interior material, Substance Painter exports a white reflection map resulting in 100% reflection. The import script we're using assigns a color correction map between the bitmap texture and the input channels for diffuse and reflection. This is set close to black for non-reflective materials. VRay's built-in Carpaint material is difficult to harmonize with Substance Painter. Instead, we'll create a VRay blend material with an added clear coat. On the imported Carpaint material, notice that the reflection map is darkened to almost black. We'll use the clear coat for reflections. Create a new VRay material and name it Carpaint_CC. Set diffuse value to black and reflections to white. Now, create a VRay blend material and name it Carpaint+CC. Assign the substance material to the base material slot and the clear coat to coat 1. Set the blend mode to additive and click OK to dismiss the warning. In the material parameters, the color slot next to coat 1 determines the blend amount. By default, it's a medium gray or a 50% blend. Make the color closer to black. I usually use a value between 28 and 56 for a more realistic shine. You can substitute a map for the color slot. This is useful if you want to apply damage to the clear coat, such as sun damage or scratches. I have a workflow for generating this map in Substance Painter, but we'll have to save that for another lesson. Assign the new Carpaint+CC material to the Carpaint geometry. Open the Render Setup dialog and select the 3DM_morning preset. I like to load a preset consistent with my animation needs. This includes VRay setup, exposure control, environment mapping, and render elements. If you want to learn more about how I configure VRay, leave a comment. To test the rendering, I use a simple environment scene, which I XRef. Use the camera that came with the environment scene in the viewport. Render the file to see the result. The tires aren't black enough, and the dirt is too pronounced. To fix the look of the tires, switch back to Substance Painter and select the texture set. Click the color for the rubber base material and set it to 0.024. To make the dirt less pronounced, select the Rust Fine layer and reduce the opacity to 5%. Re-export just the tire textures. Reflection is set to black by default for the window glass material. That's because daylight conditions affect a window's reflectivity, so I adjust it for different scenes. In 3ds Max, select the color correction modifier for reflection on the window glass. Adjust the brightness to 10% and re-render. This completes the basic material setup. With the model textured and optimized, it's time to start rigging for animation. I'll have more on that to follow. I hope you like this lesson. Comments are welcome. Join our community for news on upcoming content, webinars, and more.